Hello. Uh, I want to make a video as to claim that to assert that why I believe Windows 11 would be another epic failure. Okay, so number one. Okay, the start menu, the stupid start menu in the Windows 11. Okay, why seriously why do you put this stupid start menus in the middle of the screen, right? Why? Okay. No, it's a crap. I mean, why do you do that, right? It's no point. And the start menu just works, right? We know the start menus of we can see even Windows 10 has a very similar style as Windows 95. The only thing that add is UWP shit, but in general they are very similar. And we can see even the stuff, the settings are working very similar. They still have settings. They have the documents. You can see. It's basically exactly the same as what it was back in. Even fine, we can see fine is moved to here, right? We can see it's just fine. So in general, the start menu just works for 25 years, right? This is a setting just start from Windows 95, and still that way, right? And we know that why Windows 8 was a failure. It's because they changed the fucking start menu. Right, they changed to some kind of shit. Not here you did say that again. Okay. The mentality behind it is because Microsoft is they still want to try to shift to mobile in general, right? But they failed at mobile. Nobody using Windows Phone, right? So it's ridiculous, and it's ridiculous you change the start menu. Nobody wants that, and just brings no benefit. And with all this UWP crap, with all the crap you have here, it's not even convenience, right? It just even click on this stuff. It's just not convenient at all, right? You just click that shit. It's just nothing interesting. Okay, this start menu is going to be a ridiculous just shit, right? Number 9. We know UWP was an absolute failure, right? UWP was a failure. Microsoft, they are trying to embracing Android, right? And Android integration is ridiculous. and WSL and WSL2 are crap. I know some people say WSL are good. No, it's not good. You get constant break for all kind of reasons for WSL. Okay, WSL is absolute crap. You should not use it. Okay, because the problem is that WSL is not a true Windows. Even WSL2 is not true Linux. Okay, you constantly figure all sorts of issues with WSL2, either for IO lagging because they don't set things correctly, or the Windows just use a very old kernel, Linux kernel. They are not using upstreaming kernel, and it's bad. It's just bad. Not mentioning all those other issues like graphics drivers, whatever. So entire WSL is a crap. But Microsoft say we want to integrate Android. I think Android integration is even worse than WSL and WS2 because we are using mouse and keyboard, right? We are not using touch device. We are not using touch device. Right. So if you have your Android games, whatever, when you try to run them on Windows or on a desktop, the experience will be horrible. The experience will be horrible, right? Because they were designed for touching experience, but you're using mouse and keyboard. Just nowhere geared, right? That would be absolute crap. That would be absolute failure. And the fundamental problem is that why, right? I'm using PC. I'm not using phone. Why should you make a PC to work like a phone, right? I'm using PC as a PC, right? They still cannot change the fact that this is exactly why Windows 8 failed, right? It's exactly the mentality why Windows 8 failed because they think that way. Okay, number 8, it's forcing TPM. Just blocking you from upgrade. They block you from upgrade because they're forcing TPM stuff. which is ridiculous. You have to use trusted. You have to provide a chip to manage the keys basically. And the funny stuff is that these security people in general, they hate the security people. Okay, all their solution, what the solution of security people for all their problems, they just they hate passwords in general. That's the case. They hate all sorts of passwords and they want to replace passwords with all sorts of shit. Despite all this shit, just even worse than password. So it's just ridiculous, and they want to force you for upgrading computer. Just basically that's the case. You have to buy new hardware just to run this new crap system. Okay, that's ridiculous. Just completely ridiculous. The reason is of course, nobody wants to upgrade to new system anymore, right? Nobody wants to buy a new computer, but Microsoft want to force you for upgradation. that's ridiculous. Okay, number 7. They're saying we're wanting security, right? It's for the goal is security. The security is absolutely crap and shit right now. The lies in the Microsoft, like Ryan Levick, these Rust guys, they just try to destroy everything, right? They just try to destroy everything. We know that with the .NET and C# stuff, shit, right? The C# is absolute crap. Everyone knows that the C# is a crap. All this UWP is a crap. Nobody wants to write programs for UWP on Windows because it is a crap, right? There's no point to use it, right? Just make your computer slow and it blows. The binary blows. It's basically ridiculous. Now they're saying, it doesn't work. They're saying, we're going to use the Rust language shit. Trust me, it's just another lie. Just .NET 2.0 lie. Just like they mentioned, why I hate Rust programming language. The Rust is basically the .NET 2.0 line. And they're saying we don't use Rust anymore, we want to use our own Project Verona. Project Verona, fuck you. The microkernel is stupid, and just the mentality is just like microkernel in general, right? They're saying we want providing you security, but you really suffer from the performance loss. And the performance loss is a larger issue than security in general, right? I'm going to talk about it in a later video. So same with the Rust nonsense. Just basically this security people in the Microsoft, they have no idea what they're talking about. They just keep proposing shit just to making things worse and worse. Okay. 6. It's a ridiculous hardware requirement. If I remember correctly, Windows 11 has even higher hardware requirements than Windows 10. Okay. So let's just see requirements. 4 gigabytes of RAM. 4 gigabytes of RAM, okay. 60 gigabytes of storage just to install Windows 11. Trust me, they will take you 200 gigabytes just to install Windows 11 in general, because they all have all these updates, all this bloatware. 64 is just not enough. And 4 gigabytes of memory. Okay, so you have to use TPM, right? They're just like TPM 2.0 because they also want to block you from using Linux in general, whatever. Internet connection is also a requirement. You cannot upgrade to the new if you don't have internet connection. So and let's just see what Windows 95. Okay, I have Windows 95, and I love this Windows 95. I just put in the 500 whatever megabytes. But what's the hardware requirement for Windows 95? 4 megabytes. Okay, 4 megabytes. It's 100. It's just 1,000 times larger than Windows 90. So the hardware requirements are ridiculous, right? It's let's just compare to the memory stuff. It just they only require 70 megabytes for hardware space. But what does Windows? 64 gigabytes of storage. Okay, 1,000 times of space just to run your shitty Windows 11. and you get nothing. You get absolutely nothing like Windows 11 in general. Today's Windows is wasting 1,000 times more resources than computers back in 1990s, like Windows 95 I just mentioned. And I think Windows 95 is still a very good operating system compared to the modern crap. Okay, I even write programs for it, like 30 kilobytes a binary side. Just setting something because the C+ exceptions are shit. But in general, if you compare the hardware requirement between Windows 95 and today's Windows 11, it's going to be 1,000 times larger. It's ridiculous. And even with 1,000 times larger, your computer is relatively slowed down, right? Slow down. It's very slow due to the binary flow and all these stupid security mitigation. Right. Your computer is even slower than Windows 95 did. Windows 95 did. Right? Windows 95 just requires a very little resources. But nowadays, we are just writing cheap code. We write cheap code and nonsense. And they just, in general, just ridiculous. You take 1,000 times more resources. And Windows 11 is just making the situation much worse than in general. Number 5, Windows Update. It's still a shit, right? It's still a shit. They're forcing you to upgrade, and just they don't solve the problem for Windows Update. It is a shit. Okay, it's Windows shit. Don't trust Windows. They will make the upgrade mean less shit than Windows 10 does. They're just even worse. The only thing they guarantee is even worse. And number 4, Windows 10 will actually be amazing after 25 because they stopped supporting Windows 95, right? Because all this stupid Windows update just dies. It just dies. With no stupid updates, no these security nonsense, no these stupid Rust forks, they just be amazing after 2025. We don't even suffer from this stupid shit. Okay, for Windows 10, we can continue using Windows 10 without worrying about nonsense. They don't bother us anymore. Number 3, existing systems just work, right? Existing subsystem just works. And they don't solve other fundamental problems. They don't actually solve these issues. They don't fix issues for the system that doesn't work, like the stupid white characters, right? That's just ridiculous white characters APIs. They're not fixing the white character APIs in Windows 11. that just making the situation even worse in general. Okay, just worse. Number 2, the UI is absolutely a disaster. I don't like it. I think a lot of people just don't like it either. It just with the ridiculous start menu, with the ridiculous, they even change this, right? They didn't even change this shit, right? This shit works for since Windows 95. They want to change it to something more shit that we couldn't have. And why? Seriously, why? Seriously, why? They say we have more options just to bring back to the old ones. Okay, they bring back the old style. But it's just making the same mistake as Windows 8 did. Okay, number 1 is no business wants a further upgrade. That's exactly why they want to push the TPM, right? No business wants a further upgrade. In fact, many organizations are still running Windows 95 because modern operating Windows is a shit in general, right? Then with Windows 11, you want to force them to upgrade. Nobody wants to upgrade, okay? Nobody wants to upgrade to Windows 11. Just no reason to upgrade to Windows 11. It doesn't make your code run faster. It doesn't make your computer be stable. It doesn't fix security issues. It just makes situations worse. It blows, okay? It's just too costly to upgrade to Windows 11. Just no reason to upgrade to Windows 11. Okay, and a lot of people, I think still a lot of people still stuck to Windows 7 because it's very expensive to upgrade this system. Right, even Windows 95 is not very easy to upgrade. I'm not mentioning a lot of our systems still running Windows XP, and I'm running Windows XP too in my VirtualBox. Right. I run Windows Me, I run Windows 98, Windows XP just to test program. Okay, but I when I use these old systems, I know Windows is just very wrong. The entire journey is very wrong. You shouldn't make the computer to work like an Android phone. I want PC to be used as a PC, right? Just making the situation worse. Microsoft which continue push the entire UWP whatever nonsense shit, and nobody would use it, and bloatware nonsense. And the bonus point is that let's just look at history, okay? So Windows 95 is a success. Windows 95 first edition failed. Now Windows 98 second edition is success. Windows ME failed, right? Windows XP success. Vista failed. 7 success. 8 fails. 10 success. What about 11? It must be a failure, right? I think this is the reason why you have success failure order. Because once things become successful, they try to add shit to it just to ruin it. And it must be a failure, just like the TPM, whatever, changing this UI style, the Android stuff, it's just absolutely trash. It's just no reason to upgrade to Windows 11. It must be a failure from historical perspective, because it brings nothing, right? Nobody wants a Windows 11. We don't even expect Microsoft to continue push the updates to Windows 11, because Microsoft told us Windows 10 will be the last operating system, and it's fine. It works. It just works to say Windows 10 is the final operating system. Now you're saying, oh, it's not. It's just we are going to add this Windows 11 shit. Nobody wants to upgrade to it, but Microsoft, I think they finally want to upgrade it is because they want to sell us. They find that nobody might buy more hardware anymore. They want to push more hardware, but nobody wants to upgrade anymore, right? There's no incentive to upgrade to Windows 11. So Windows 11 would be an epic failure, just absolute trash. And with all these stupid people in the Microsoft, like these Ross guys, like Ryan Levick, I think Microsoft should fire Ryan Levick. These stupid people like Ryan Levick as soon as possible. If they don't want the computer, the company to collapse, all right? It's just absolute nonsense. Because that's my rant about Windows 11. I think Windows 11 will be an epic failure, okay? Just being an absolute trash and failure, disaster. I don't use it. Some people use it. I don't like it at all. I don't want to upgrade it. I don't even install beta. I was to install Windows 8, even Windows 10, Windows 7, the beta operating system on my computer. But I have no interest I have no interest on upgrading Windows 11 in any circumstance. I don't want Windows 11. I hate Windows 11. I don't like it. Okay, I think Windows 11 is a terrible, terrible mistake. This Android stuff, I don't want Android stuff on my PC. Okay, right? This Google nonsense. Okay, that's my rant today. Okay, I hope you like the video and whatever. It's just. You could watch all the other videos. You can download whatever you want. Okay, I don't care. Okay, and your download is actually helping me to help my channel, right, to get more subscribers. But I'm sorry, Windows 11 will be an epic failure. I think Windows 95 is much better than Windows 11 in general. And Windows 95 is good than Windows 11. Okay. Even if it's a very old operating system, I think it is still very good. I think Windows 95 is something that just what Microsoft actually did instead of the modern shit, which is completely utter ridiculous in general. And Windows 11 just making the shit even worse. They're just constructing F stream from Windows 95 to Windows 95. Okay. So to prove I'm actually making my programs work on Windows 95, and Windows 95 is still working, okay? I don't need Windows 11 nonsense. I don't have interest on upgrade to new systems and new system upgrade. Okay, that's about all this video. Thank you for watching. I want how to stop. How to stop. Windows 11 will be